Hey y'all, it's Amy. Thanks for stopping by my channel today. Today I'm doing another cloud pour using some of those paints that I had already mixed up that are not in my normal color schemes that I go for. So we're bright and happy and a little bit challenging. You'll see this painting go through quite a few processes, but I hope you guys enjoy this cloud pour and hang in with me to the end. It turns out finally we get there, but this one made me work for it. Remember, down in that description box, you'll find my recipes, my colors used, and other important information like links to some of my favorite products. And while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe and hit that thumbs up button. So let's get back down to that canvas. Start by layering up my cup. I've got my base coat down and I'm using an 8-ounce cup, and I'm doing that so hopefully I can force myself to get some negative space. Sometimes when I start spinning out my clouds, I keep going and going because I see something happening and I like it so much that I want to keep spreading it out and I get rid of my negative space. So with this size canvas and an 8-ounce cup, I'm hoping that I can at least keep some. If it doesn't work out, no worries. So this is Pebeo, and this is their Iridescent Red Violet. I'm gonna start with that. I'm just gonna put a small amount in the bottom. This is, what is this? Oh, this is an Artist Loft Neon Violet. And when I'm doing my clouds, I don't like the air bubbles. So I don't stir the paint. Usually after I have mixed it, and if it sits for a long time, I'll go back in and barely stir it and then wait a few more days. These had sat there for so long, so obviously I had to do that. But I'm not checking my consistencies just because I didn't want to put so much air bubbles in. So we're crossing our fingers on that. Now this is Constellation from this little piggy pigment. It's a beauty. This is Liquitex, I think Brilliant Purple. Is that what it's called? I probably should have put more of that. Oh well, we're gonna be okay. I'm not gonna stress over this today. Okay. Now I'm gonna go in with my cloud and my recipes for how I mix my paints and my cloud mix and all the fun things that you may want to know are gonna be down there in my description box. This is a custom color, and I believe it is a few different Liquitex yellow and green colors. I love it because it's so bright. And I'm a little worried because that was a little thicker than the others. Okay, this is TLP Parakeet. I love this color. Every time I use it, I'm so glad I did. I think it's one of those colors that you forget about and you shouldn't. Okay, now let's see what I want to do. I'm going to put some of this. This is Pebeo Iridescent Yellow Green. Now, this is a big test because I usually do not put the metallics or shimmers next to my cloud, but we're playing today. My cup is so full already, guys. I'm over pouring. Okay, so we're gonna try to sneak some more cloud in there. It might be pretty cool how the metallics and the cloud make like an iridescent, kind of an iridescent cloud. We'll see. I was going to put some of that. We're not going to. Okay, and now, ooh, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? Okay, I'm going to add a little more of that custom green. We're going to be really green on the outside. A little more of that next to the cloud as a buffer to top my cup off with Pebeo Iridescent Green Blue. Oh, I can't fit anymore. See, this is what happens when I try to do a small pour. I get out of hand. Now, I don't really have anything in mind for composition. I just know that I do want some negative left in there, hopefully. Let me get that little gooby out. Gonna torch one more time, just so I don't have any air bubbles, because they are just not something I'm in love with. Little gooby fuzz. So I'm just gonna kind of let the paint do what it wants to do when it comes out of the cup, and then I'll decide if I'm going to spin. Usually I'm looking at the reaction that's happening and the way the colors are ribboning, and that helps me decide if I want to turn, if I want to leave it and just pour straight and never rotate. I kind of like rotating, so we'll just kind of see. Part of me thinks I want to pour off center just so I ensure I have some negative space. Hey, what to do, what to do? I can always shift it. So I'm going to pour in the center, and then we can shift it whatever way I feel like. And I still think this is too much paint, but we'll see what happens. Okay, here we go. Dismount. Y'all, I'm out of practice. Y'all have to forgive me a little bit on this because I'm out of practice. air bubbles, which I hate, but that's okay. We're gonna just go with it. Okay, I'm gonna give this just a little spin, kind of see what starts spreading a little bit, and then I'll decide where I want to start tilting, and hopefully pick a composition. So I'm thinking I want a lot of white. I'm going to stretch this way. And probably some that way, but I want to try to keep that, but again, I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm going to do it slowly. Spin again to stretch it a little bit. So I'm going to try to get the whole composition to tilt toward you. Okay, now let's spin again and get it to expand our design. So I'm going to shift some of this off because that's kind of making a mud, and I don't care for that. So I'm going to get a little more aggressive on that. Strange here. I think it's that Artist Loft paint. I usually don't use Artist Loft, but I liked the color. But it's having some, it's kind of breaking down a little bit there. Not really digging this. The green and the purple have kind of gotten to like a baby poo kind of look here, and that's just not my jam, as Kathleen would say. So what I may do is let's do another cup. Let's pour another cup. I'm going to scrape some of this off here and put a little white down, and we'll do another cup. Now, when I start pulling this, we're still gonna get some of this, and I can scrape it later. It's gonna make like an edge, which this kind of weird baby poo color we weren't gonna like, but we can always scrape that edge off and pour in some white. So we're just gonna kind of see what happens. call it. I've stretched it as far as I pretty much can. This canvas has been worked to death, but I think this is the time to stop. And any little weird places, hopefully that I can fix when it's dry with some brush work. And I wasn't thinking I wanted this kind of halo effect. I'm actually kind of liking it. I just wish I had more white and then the halo. But that's not where we ended up today. Sometimes things don't always turn out how you think you want them. But I think it's time to stop. And yeah, we'll see how it dries. Woo, look at this mess, guys. Thanks for hanging in there with me, and I'll see you next time down on the canvas.